Welcome to this extended feature on communities. Now, we have got a few things to talk about when we go through communities. So if you go into your admin dashboard, you hit the communities tab, you should go into your communities and you set them up. So I'm going to walk you through just what you can do in communities and also show you a little bit or tell you a little bit about what's coming. So here we have a community set up. So you might have nothing in here. You might have existing communities that we've migrated across. It's really how your setup is. So however it looks inside there. But what I will say to you is if you start creating a category structure, it's going to be really good for you. So it's really easy to create categories and you can keep things all tidy. So if, for instance, I go to the little plus icon here and we go create category, we can add a category inside here. So I'm going to add this category and I'm going to call this courses. So let's just pretend that we've got course communities inside here. Okay, that might be something that you would name it. And we have it like that. Now I can also add a strap line inside here. So these are all the communities in courses you have access to. Okay, so something like that. Click continue and you're going to see that the category will appear in here. Now, one little thing, you can create emojis as well. So if you get any emoji sites such as Emoji World, I think it's called Emoji World or something like that, Emojipedia, something like that, you can go into Emojipedia in here and you can just select something like this, you know. So I'm just going to click this one here and we can copy that. And you're going to see if we jump back to our community, this is just an added little feature you can add. I'm going to edit the community and just in that beginning bit in here, I'm going to add that little icon and click update. And now I've got a lovely little emoji going into that category. Now, what are categories? Categories allow you to organize things, okay? But they also serve another purpose. So we can keep things very, very controlled in here. Like for instance, public fitness. So this is the public fitness or public communities, okay, or fitness communities, and everything's in there. So I know these are going to be public communities. Now I also have a chargeable community subscription in there, and I have this one here, course communities, that we just created. These are top level categories that allow you to add communities into. So what else do communities allow you to do, or categories allow you to do? Categories allow you to pick if you want people to enter into all of the communities that are under a category. So they can also be used to further split. So inside a course, for instance, if I had three communities under this course communities category, if I had three and I went to the course and I went to the pricing, I could add them to that community category. That will give them access to all of those communities under that category, okay? As well as pick an individual community if I want to as well, okay? So it gives me that added flexibility with categories. So I'm just going to now set up a community under here. So we're going to have a look at the community. You're going to have a look at the settings in here. So I'm going to go add community. The first thing you get to come up is going to be naming your community, okay? So we're going to call this OBS workshop community, okay? So it's a name, it's going to be tied to a course. So it's going to be in the category of public fitness, but I want it under course. So I can go here and I can put it underneath the category I want it to appear under. Do you notice that? So I've got three categories in there. I can pick them to where it goes underneath. Don't worry, we can change this later. So access level by default is set on public. So what does public community mean? Okay, so understand this. Public community means that anybody can see that community and the posts inside it. What it doesn't allow them to do is post in that public community unless they've signed up, okay? Unless they've registered on your site and they get the chance, if they start to post, it will take them into the login page, so they sign up. This can be a good way to generate leads. Public communities also allow you to post the post link into things like search engines or share on your social sites. Okay, so people can see public posts. Private posts, okay, private communities here, private communities. What this means, if a user hits and lands up on your community site, they can't view what's going on in the community. They can just see that there's a community. The only way they can get on is if you add them or they register or they ask to come in there. Okay, so it's a visible thing. Personally, I only use the public and secret. Okay, secret community doesn't show on front end at all. It just shows when people are added by you. This is usually used when you add people to a community from a course. Okay, so understand that. Now we have some other options down here. Manage discussions. Anyone in this post, so anyone in the community can post. Only admins can post, or turn off comments for non-admins. Okay, so any other role but apart from non-admins. So require post approval, you can turn this on so you can approve posts by members. You can approve them like you can with Facebook. So you can turn that off, or you can turn it on to approve posts going into your community. And that might be viable for a public community where you could get spam and those sort of things, but you could remove them as a member simply by removing that member, throwing them out of the community if you wanted to as well, or you can use post approval. So once you set up your community, you can then go, and in this case I'm going to make it secret, you can then go continue. Now I want to point one thing out here. We can still edit this. So if you go to these three little dots, edit community, you could change this, you could change the name, you could change the discussions or the require approval. So you have that option to be able to do that in there at any stage. So what have we done so far? We've set up a category and we've set up a secret community that we will tie to a course. So if we look at our public community, I just want to show you the settings in here. If I go to edit this, you're going to see that it's public and it's just public in there. So people can see that, but they can't register. So if we went to this community, I'm going to go to it now in incognito. You're going to see what we see. So let's go in this now, go to this community. And inside here in incognito, you can see, we can see the community. There it is. You can also see this Alex one as well, because that community Alex is also public in there. Okay. Now let's go and make Alex's one inside here. Let me just change it to, let's call this private. Okay. Just for this. And I'm going to make it private in there and I'm going to go update. Okay, let's go back to incognito and just refresh the page and see what happens now. So I'm going to click this and you can see it still shows, but when you click it, it says community locked because it's private. Secret, remember, will not show. This one we've got here that we set up is a secret community and you can see it's not even showing on the front end. But people that are part of that community will see it in their listing. Okay, important. So what happens if I try and post in this community? I can't post in here. I'd have to log in. So if I can log in, then I can post to this community. So it's private, but your community inside there. But I have to be approved as well. So you could log in via that. Okay. So what about the public community? Can I post in the public community? Well, you can't post because it says you need to log in. So it's going to again take you to that page. So whichever way you go about it, they're going to have to put their name and username. It's not like an open thread or anonymously. You would never want to do that because of all the spam that you would get, robots and all sorts of things posting tons and tons of things but not actually logging in any way. So now hopefully you've understand that. We can move on to the rest of the tabs. So underneath all of the communities, you'll be able to go into these and you can see the members of each community. So if you go into these areas, you can see the members of each of those communities inside here. Okay, so you can click and you can go in. Okay, you can also change the cover picture at the back. You can see I've got a nice cover picture there, so I could go and add a cover photo to this, and then I could pick something from one of my files and I could simply get the position of that and add that as a photo to become a nice cover for the top area. as you can see there. Okay. Also, with any of these, you can pin them to featured as well. So inside these you can pin them to feature. Let me just unpin this and go and pick one. Let's choose this one, pin to featured, and that one will then be pinned to the features tab, okay, inside there. So you can pin it to featured and you can add that. So I'm not going to get into the post bits yet. I just want to show you the rest of it. So you can see that's pinned in there now, okay, and you can remove these pins as well by unpinning, okay, and then they disappear. Okay, so featured, anything featured or pinned will appear inside that featured tab as well, so people can get that. You as admin can go into your feed there and you can see the activity that's going on over all of your community, so it gives you a nice place to go and visit all of the communities inside there. Now, to globally see members in all of your communities, you can click members, okay, and you can see them in there. You want to manage this in any way, you can go into the manage area and you can manage pending approvals. So these are when in the community, if you said approve posts going in, this is where they would be, and this is where you can approve them from here, and you can also filter the communities. All right, so in the settings here, you can name your community inside here, the main title of your main community hub, and inside here you can set the privacy level to public or private. So if you want it all locked down, you could keep it private, but personally, if I was you, I would have one public community that you can just use for lead generation. So I would set the main setting to public there, and then you'll be able to select public in the communities inside. You can upload your logo. You can see our logo is here, top left corner, and if you can upload there, and you can set a branding color for it as well. And we've already looked at these bits. Okay, so let's create a new post. Let's click inside here and label this and write some content in here. Watch our Christmas special. So you can just do a general change like this, and if I select that text, you're going to see that I can change the formatting of it as well. So I could put that underlined, I could put it into an H2, and down here I can add emojis. If I've got emojis, I can add emojis in there as well. You can see here I've got a little emojis that I can add directly inside here. And what's great is we can add a video. So under here we can add a video. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in, and we're going to do another post with a video in. So if I click post, now that is going to come up here and it's going to go in there as a post, as you can see. So we've posted there. So let's now put a video in there and I'll show you how that works. So watch the video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump to another tab where I'm going to go to our Zenler channel and grab that Christmas special. All right, so we're in the Christmas in our Zenler YouTube channel, and we have our Christmas special, our office hours Christmas special. But I'm actually going to grab this branding one, this one here. I'm going to just pause that, and I'm going to go to the share. So I'm going to share and I'm going to copy this URL. So I'm just going to copy that URL from YouTube. So now I'm going to click the little video icon and I'm going to paste my URL in there, and I'm going to click add, and as if by magic it has added it in here. So let's now post this, and you're going to see that it will appear in here. It's lovely video in there, and we can click and we can play that inside there, as you can see. So there we go there. So let's add another post now, and let's now put inside here an image. So image 2024. So this is an image post. So down here I've got a little image, so you can then, that'll open up on your desktop, so you can go and select an image. I'm going to select this image here and I'm going to click post. And now you're going to see that you've got this lovely image. If you click it, it's going to open up. We're still working on the formatting of certain things inside here, so it's cut it off. I've already suggested that things get brought down in size, so don't worry about that. These are things we're working on, okay guys? So again, you can pin these posts as well. So if I go to pin that to featured, that's going to pop into there, and you can see it, and again you can click it to open it up and reply. So that is how you can use this. So you can also drop links in here as well if you need to. So if you've got links inside here, you can drop a link in. So let's just call it link. Let's go and select the URL for this channel inside here, and I can just drop a link in there like that, and I can click post, and it will give that little preview as well of that as you drop it in. So you can put links in there as well. So pretty cool. You also see it goes purple, then it goes white. It means it's just performing a check, and then it's going to put it live. Okay, top posts appear over here on the right hand side, and you also have access there to any notifications that happen in the bell icon. Now a big thing here, Zenler will be allowing you to send mail out to people to your community members as well, like we had in the old communities. So that's something that's going to be put in there. So be aware of that. There's going to be lots of modifications, lots of things happening on the community site. I will also mention to you that Zenler did something that pretty much no other platform would do, and it migrated all of your old communities into the new format. Okay, this took a lot of work to do, and it's kind of almost crazy to do that. And you'll notice that most other platforms will just bring out that feature saying, now you've got it, you can use it, and you know, it's up to you what you do with your old communities. So Zenler took the initiative there and actually took everyone's stuff across, and so it added considerable amount of time onto that. So inside here on this community, as well as putting a post in there, you can add a new post in here as well. So you've got two options to add a new post from here or from the top part here that appears. And you can also add members manually here as well. And as you saw, if you hit this little icon, it's going to give you the profile and activity, community activity inside here. So that's a good place to go. And of course, you've got that bell icon for notifications going in. Now, I did a few little workshops on showing you specific things how to do in communities, and I'm going to add those now to the end of this extended communities. Now, do remember, this is fantastic for you guys. So start to use it. Start to get your members conversing. Try and get your members to come off Facebook. On Facebook, tell them that you've got your community. Come into the community area. It's a safe area. It's data's not mined, or you haven't got adverts popping up. Tell them, shout about the benefits of using the Zenler platform community, and enjoy. So now I'm going to put the videos in series that I produced for our Facebook channel, and all of them cover certain different things to do with the community. So really hope you love communities. Give us a like, give us a little heart icon, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you love this new feature release from us at Zenler.
Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at this from a user's point of view, and we're looking at the community and the different views that are possible. So you can see here I'm not logged into our tutorial site, and if I go to community, it's going to take us to our community account feed. Okay, this is always /community/feed. Okay, so whatever your domain is, /community/feed. And inside here, you're going to see that we can actually see things, but you can't post. If you try to post, it's going to say you need to log in. Now, this particular one that we have here in community is actually a public community. So both of these are public, okay? We have more communities in there. So if we look at this, it says Complete Guide to Zenler. So we click in that, you can see the content, but you can't post unless you're logged in. This is a really important aspect of that you need to realize about the community. Now, because it's public, you're also going to have a URL here, and this can be picked up by search engines. Okay, so if we look here, help and advice, this one is also a public feed, meaning that people can see the content. Search engines can see this URL, which changes. Notice it says tutorials site, and on here it says Complete Guide to Zenler. Okay, so you can see that it actually says that inside there, and we can actually have this come up in the search engines. All right, so you can see that we've got people posting inside here as well, but we can't post. We can only view things or content within here like this. which again can be picked up by the search engines. Now inside the tutorial site we have other communities, but they're hidden inside here, and we'll look at those in a second. So to actually be able to access and add anything here, we need to log in here. Now if you're already logged in to Zenler as a user, you'll be able to post in these public posts. You won't have to sign up, you can just go in and post in there, and it will then record you as a member because you're already logged in. This is an important thing to understand. But if you want to log in, people coming to your site as a lead generator, they can click login and it's going to take them to set up an account on your Zenler site, which means that you've captured them. Right, now we're in the admin dashboard. So I'm logged into my account as admin. We're going to look at the communities, and I'm just going to show you the difference. So if I go to the communities of tutorials, you're going to see that we have a lot of communities within here. These were for different workshops, and you can see that I've got a category set up here for workshops. I've got one here for Learn Zenler, and then Tutorial Tribe, which is an access to everybody. So this one here and this one here are public. Now if we click in the little three dots and go to Edit Community, you're going to see it says public, okay? And down here you're going to see the same thing happening inside here. Again, public, all right? But let's have a look at these hidden ones. So if I go to this one, for instance, and we go here, you're going to see it's secret, okay? So all of these are secret as opposed to private, and I'll show you the difference in a second. So remember that our tutorial site at the moment has two communities that are public, the complete guide and this. And remember that all of these are secret. And the secret ones are getting members in by having a course tied to that. In this case, like let's say the YouTube challenge, people that register for the YouTube challenge will automatically be added as members to this community, okay? Meaning that when they log in, they can see this community and the complete guide and the help, because these two are public, all right? Now, one thing that you need to remember about your community as well, when you initially set it up, whether you want to use secret, private or public, is that the main community, and that means all of it, the whole feed, okay, which you've got access to here, you've got to make sure that in settings that you have it on public. If you have it on private, it won't show on public, okay? It's a really important part of this. So public's good because I can turn things off and on. Now what I want to do is I just want to show you what happens if I take this and I edit the community and I change it to private. I have no need to change it to public. You already know what happens there. It just shows. But if I change it to private, what happens? So let's scroll down here and just save this. So remember, this is this new one, the basic marketing. I'm going to jump back into the old community now, into the incognito mode in here, and we're going to go to that community, and what you're going to see now is you're going to see that it comes up inside there. So if I hit Zenler basic marketing, what will happen, because it's just as there, it says community locked, because it's a private community, okay? So you can add them, but it's locked, but it's showing front end. So I only want the complete guide and the help and advice to show front end. I don't want this one to show front end, okay? And that's why I put it into secret. So let's go into here now, go to edit community, put it back to secret, okay? Let's scroll down there and click update. Now if I go back into the incognito mode and I refresh this, this whole thing will disappear and we'll just be left with what we have. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to log in as a user. So I'm going to go to my incognito window and I'm going to just log myself in. So remember, I would have gone to community here and I would be trying to post in one of these public communities, but I'm going to click in there. It's going to redirect me straight to login. So I'm going to log in under here. Okay, so that's now going to register me. It's going to take me back to the community. As you can see, it's logged me in. And you can see here, I'm able to go in and see recent activity that I've done, etc. And I'm able also to post a reply into this area. like so. And you can see my users come up there. Now, please be aware that if someone does register, they will become students. So under your students now, John Jones will be in there as a student, okay? That's student level. Now, personally, I've asked for, if someone actually signs up through a community, that they become, their role becomes community user instead of student. Personally, I think this is really important because it then separates people that have bought actual courses from you than people that have just subscribed to a public community, which is a little bit different to what's going on there. So if we wanted to add John Jones to one of our private communities, we can easily do that as well. I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that. So if I go into here now and we go into one of these, let's go to basic marketing and let's add a member in here. So we're going to search for that member, John Jones or John Johannes. I've got John Jones in here. I have 2. And there's our user. And I'm going to click add. Now I've added, and I'm going to click add members to community. You can add multiple, by the way, inside there by adding members, and you can do this all from this dashboard. So let's go back now and see if we've got access to that basic marketing under incognito. I'm going to just refresh this page, and hopefully that's popped up yes in there. So I've just added that user directly into there. And this is how you can view the view levels within the new community. Stay tuned for some more workshops coming up on communities. Welcome to this little workshop on community, and today what I'm going to be talking about is actually putting your offer into the actual community. So I've got a community set up in here. This is a public community, and we can use this to post offers as well. So as well as actually telling people about your courses and what's going on, you should also be telling them about any offers that you've got on, almost using it like a social media channel. So for instance, I've got this Black Friday deal here that we had running, and if I go in and I grab the image and I have the URL for the bundle with the prices off, then I can give people that offer. So I've got one up running here, so I'm going to click on this one and I'm just going to preview it, and let's just go to the sales page. And down here you can see that if you grab this training offer, you're going to get this money off here, and we've got this little banner going on inside here as well. So you'll have your graphics already, and I'm going to just be using a sample graphic to show you this, but you can see it here, and you can see I've got my discount off there, and I've got my coupon code in there. So I'm going to grab that coupon code and I'm going to copy that, and inside my community post I'm going to make sure that I put this in here. So I'm going to put this inside here, grab this special offer. So it could be for any offer, it could be for a New Year offer, it could be for Christmas, could be for Black Friday, or any of the offers that are going on. So grab this special offer while it lasts, and we can put the percentage off, 50% off of whatever you're talking about. Now, I'm just going to do a little return, and then I'm going to just drop my link inside here. That, so it's my direct link, and you're going to see that my preview actually comes up in here as well, which is very cool. Okay, so we want to make it look a little bit better than this. So I'm going to select this text and we're going to make this H1 so it's nice and bold here, and I want to make sure this is nice and big as well. So I'm actually going to turn this into H2 like that. Okay, so you can add whatever you like in there, but your main thing is that you've created this big special offer and you've got that link in there that you've grabbed from the actual page itself, yeah? So I've grabbed that URL because that URL's got a discount applied to it. It's come across on there. Now, of course, like I said before, you can use some of this text in here if you want to as well. So you could copy this and you could be just placing that text in here to just fill it out a little bit more inside here. And now we have this lovely offer. I can post this, make sure you're posting in public community in this case. And I'm just going to post that in there. And you can see that we go in and we've got this lovely dog planner coming out that will tell your users about any special offers that you've got going on. So it's a little tip about using your community to actually publicize what you're doing, and maybe also you want to put in here about what you're doing next or get some feedback from your users. So getting feedback is a really important part of your course creation process. So you can ask people how they're doing inside of your community area. So you just ask people what's going on or what they want to see next. Just a simple little post like that can really get engagement going on your community. So you can see there we've got what you want to see next from us. You've got a little bit of an interactive post, and you've also got a post there telling people about a special offer. So these are just two different ways that you could use the community to just drive more sales and also get some feedback from your existing members. And remember that these posts, especially this offer one, should be submitted to search engines. So you can copy the link and you could share that link inside of something like a Facebook group or to other social channels. So just remember this as well going forwards. So hopefully this has been a help for you on today's Daily Taster on communities. Okay guys, so you can see we've got communities here. What I want to talk about today is actually posting and adding things like media into your post. Now you can see here I've got some media. This is from the same site that this community is on, and one includes a PDF download and the other includes a link to download a video. So if we go and have a look, I can show you exactly what we do. So this is our community here, and inside of our media library for the same site we have all our media. So on the, you go to site, on the left hand side, media library, and then we can filter out, let's say PDF for example. So if we want to share PDF to our community that we've uploaded to Zenler, you can see that we have here the Ultimate Dog Planner. And what I can do is I can actually just go to this little share link here, and inside here I need to make sure that anyone with a link can download this, unless of course it's a logged in community, and then you could leave it as logged in. But we're going to say that it's a open community or a public community, so then you've got to make sure you've got anyone with a link can download. Now what you need to do is you need to just copy that link, and then you can just drop that link into a post. So I could just drop that link into here, so get your planner, and then I can just click and paste that in there, and we then have that. Now the same thing can be done for videos as well. So if we go into here now and we change this over for say a video, we can do the same. So I've got this one here that was a little test I did for Natalie, and if we go to the share here, we've got the same options, anyone with a link or logged in. So if it's a closed community where people have to log in, you can set it to logged in users, yeah? And you've got a download link here. Now you can't embed the videos or the video player link at this point, okay? So that's not an option at this current time, but hopefully will be. And if I click in here, we can go download the video, so people can download this, and in here we can get put this in here, and then in there. Now of course we give it a title, so you could use this. Say for instance we sign someone up for a course and added them to a community. Part of the sales page could say something like, when you're in the community you can download our freebies. So you're almost giving them two things in one. You're supplying your download and freebies inside the community itself. But what's good about this is that you can add this to your featured post within the community itself. So I've got these in here. Now, of course, like you know, we can also upload things like images here and videos. So images here and videos. You can add GIFs in here and emojis as well if you want to. So if I just did an emoji in here, just put the cursor in the correct place and then just put a little emoji in there. We can put emojis to make it style it a little bit better and do a little rocket in there or something. And you can add that. So also inside here we can make this a little bolder. So I'm going to do a couple of carriage returns, and I'm going to put something like your downloads, okay? And then inside here I can select that text and I can make that H2 heading so it's nice and bold. Now I can click post, and when we post this you're going to see it will appear in here and look beautiful. And I can now pin this to a featured, so I can put this in here and it will pin it to the featured area, which is inside here, or once it does it. Okay, so let me have a look at this now. Let me have a look at that post, and there it is. So it's in there as our featured post, so people come in there and they're always going to see it at the top of the post. Even if you add more stuff, that's going to appear in the top featured, and they can drop into the featured area to see it. So this is how you can add downloads in there. So let's have a look at how we can add a video in there now. So I'm going to go back to here and we're going to just select a video. So inside our Zenler YouTube channel we have a video, and I'm going to go share, and all I'm going to do is copy the video URL here. Just copy that URL. Let's go back in here. Let's start a new post. So I'm going to call this video from YouTube. Okay. And then I'm going to put the cursor in the body text. I'm going to click in here. Yeah, let me do that again. This bit here. And we're going to paste that video link in there. And we're going to click add. And as if by magic, we now have our beautiful video on here. So see our features. And then click post. And now we've added a lovely video in here that can be played inside here. Okay, it's a little pop-up and it plays, and people can click there and go through to your YouTube channel as well. So guys, this is how you can put some media in here. One last thing I want to do is just show you how to put an image in here. So let's just go into this post here and just select this little icon here, and I'll just take this, one of these graphics, and I'll put it in here, and I'll put marketing solutions. Okay, and let's just click post to that, and now you're going to see that we have our lovely image, and when you click that image it'll open up into full screen there. Now one last thing I want to tell you about, and that is the actual link to each of the posts. So if we go down to one of these posts, for instance, and this is a public community, it works for public communities, we can grab a link to the actual post. Look, if you click the three little dots, you can see that you have pin to featured, which we've already used, edit the post or delete, and we have a copy link. So this is a link to this post. Now, when we talked about SEO, and we talked about SEO for posts within a page, right, within a community. So that means each new post that you create has a distinct link inside here. This link allows you to share this link. It also allows search engines to index this particular piece of content, meaning that if you've got hundreds of posts in here, each of those links will appear or could appear on Google search engine. Now, this is something that we're still tweaking with. I'm doing some tests, and although the URLs can be referenced, they're not going into Google Search Console at this time, but that's going to happen very soon, as we're talking to Dev about that, and they're sorting this out, and they might well add it to the sitemap, so it gets sitemap indexed. But this is how it's going to work. So we're going to have this link that we can share. So remember, if you're sharing in a private community, then people will have to log in to see it if you share that link, and it won't appear in search engines because they can't get access to that information because it's private or secret. However, if it's a public community, it does mean that it will be indexed, or it will be indexed by search engines, and each of those posts would appear as extra content for search engine results, which is very powerful for you. So if I now click the three dots, I'm going to go into new incognito window, and I want to paste in that link. There's the link that we've got from that post, and we're going to click this, and you're going to see that just this post will come up to this area, and you can see here it is here. Even though I'm not logged in, I can still see this post content in here. So you could share this content, and this content is what will appear on the search engines at some point. But like I said, I'm still talking to Dev about that, and that's going to be finished off. This is our goal, to get this to work. Now, I know some of you guys also were talking about how to email out to people in the communities, and that feature is coming along nicely, and will be out, and we will tell you when that's coming out. So today what we've looked about is how you can use the media library to put content into your community, and you can also feature it and to do it for things like a giveaway. And we've also shown you how to take an external site such as YouTube and put the video in there, and I've shown you how to share public links by copying that link and sharing that to people that will eventually appear in the search engines. So guys, I hope you like this little daily taster about communities from Zenler. Okay guys, so what I'm going to show you today is how to charge for a community. So what you're going to need to do, as I've set everything up, is you to follow along with what I'm saying. So in communities, if we go to our community section, what you're going to see in here is we have a community set up. I've put it into a category called community subscribers. Okay, so this is purely the category area inside Zenler is purely for you to organize your communities. Yeah. So if we go into this one here, this is the one that's important. This is our charging for community. So this will be the one that we're going to make people pay for to come in. So all you need to know about this community is inside the edit community that you have it as secret inside here. Okay, this way no one will be able to get to it unless you add them to it. Okay, so who can post? Anyone in the community, and that's correct, and that's all we need to do. Okay, so everything else we're going to leave as default. So we're just basically having it secret, so it doesn't show, but we're going to add people when they come in through a course. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. We're going to make sure that community is there and it's active. Okay, let's now jump straight into our course. So let me go to courses here, and inside the course you can see I've set a course up. Okay, I'm not going to go into details about how to use Page Builder and those sort of things, because that's for a different tutorial, or you can go into the Quick Start Guide or Complete Guide to Zenler, and you can understand how to build courses and style your pages. So the important aspect here is that we have this inside here community, and we have this link here. So notice when I click on these different communities, this link changes at the top. So I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to make sure that I copy that community link. Okay, this is really important. So hopefully you haven't skipped past this part of the video and not understand what the link is. You need to watch it all. Okay, so we're going to go into here now, into our course. Okay, set our course up. And I've got my course details here. I'll just quickly run through it. Join our active community. We've got our community URL in there. We've got our subline. And inside the curriculum, we have absolutely nothing. Okay, so let's go into our pages now. I'm just going to take you through the pages that I've quickly styled. Now this is the sales page, so you can put whatever you like in there, okay? And I'm saying your gateway to fitness success and motivation, get inspired. It says join the club and get fit quicker. This button, okay, links directly to the checkout page. So we're going to have a look at the checkout page in a second. So let's go and click the checkout page. Inside the checkout page, you've got the checkout page, and you've got here total $4 a month. Okay, that's what we're charging to be part of this. Let's go down. Now, once they pay for that at $4 a month, they're going to go to the thank you page. Okay, so join, and then you're going to click this, and we're going to go to the final page, which is our course access page. In our course access page, I've deleted everything else out, and I've just put a nice banner at the top, and this button here, right, this is key on the course access page. This is the one that they can get to once they have paid. This is key. Remember this, guys, this is key. This is going to link to our community. So let me just close this off just so it's nice and clear. And our course access page in here, we're going to click this, and it's going to go through to that link that we copied for the community. Let me hit this button, and there we go. We're going to go through to that community. There we go. Okay, now remember that this community is secret, and you've added them. The one other thing you need to make sure of is that in the pricing plan, you add them to the community. Let's go into the pricing plan. Let's click edit. You can see I've got this monthly subscription, name, all this stuff, but this is the important bit. It's down here where it says community subscription. In here, we're going to add them to that community subscription community subscription. Remember this and make sure it's in there. So if now someone buys this, they can go through and they'll be added automatically to that subscription. The course access page will take them through to that community, thus you have charged for it. Now, as an added extra in here, in the automations, an automated email is going to fly out to them, and guess what? Inside that automated email, we're going to have a link there, again going to that link. So here we go, let's have a look. There it says there, down there, club access. Let's preview this, and you're going to see that this little button here, this little link that I've embedded, is going to once again go to our community. There, you understand? And that is how you can charge for a community. Now let's just check that this works. We'll join this and we'll check it works. So I'm going to go into incognito mode, and we're going to go to Zen pop-up. Let's go here. We're going to go through to the course to buy. There it is. Let's click through. Join the club, get quick fitter. I'm going to click that. I'm going to go to the checkout page. Now I'm going to set a coupon up so I can be added. So let me do that quickly just to show you as a test. Remember, everything you do, you should test. This is our mantra. So let's go and do this now. I'm going to quickly jump into my site. So this is a bit of added content here. I'm just going to add this coupon so that I can go in there and add this. So I've got a coupon in there for 100% off. I'm going to do this. I'm going to call it 100 special. Okay. I'm going to say all products. I'm going to limit this to one. I'll just put one in here just in case people find that coupon link and use it. And there we go. Apply to every billing cycle. That's important. So it's 100 special, and I'm going to click add. Oh, I need to put out the percentage, 100% off. Click add. Okay, good. Let's jump back into incognito mode. Okay, here we go. So join the club. Going to redeem that coupon, 100 special. Let's click apply. It should turn to 0. Yep, absolutely. Fine. And we're going to go through this process. So let me just turn this off and fill in these details inside here. And let's buy. Okay, so it's going to take us through here. Let's continue to the club. Got to fill in our registration details, which I'll do now. And we're going to hit submit. It's going to take us straight to our course access page. And now we can click join the club and get fit quicker. And it's going to take us straight into our community. And we can now start posting. And that's how we can charge for a community inside of Zenler's new community and using a course.